Morning fairies. Well, today is Monday mini make, and for today's make we are making a mini travel journal with an Alice in Wonderland theme. So what I did is I tore out 5 pages from a vintage book I have. It's one all about England, so it fits the travel theme. You can see it's quite heavy duty paper. Then I cut out a piece of card from a card making kit that is slightly bigger than the pieces of paper. Folded both in half and measured out where to pop the holes. So now I'm at the point where I'm going to sew these together, and I'm actually going to just use some jute string. And I'm going to start here at the outside of the card, just feeding that through. Give it a little wiggle, come on. Okay, let's make the holes slightly bigger, because I had to do this on another one I made the other day. The needle with the string. This is just a cake skewer that I used to do lots of baking. I don't bake quite so much anymore as I craft and I garden. So just making the holes a bit bigger. And then, yeah, I'm going to start on the outside and sew in, leaving quite a long length. And then I'm going to come down and go through that hole. Then I'm going to go back through that initial hole, and you'll see why in a minute. Then I'm going to come out through that one. I'm going to go in through that one. And then come back out of that one. So you can see all the pages have been sewn together. And then on the outside here, I've got a nice length of string that I can tie into a bow. Sometimes I do the bow on the inside. Sometimes I do it on the outside. Sometimes I don't do a bow, I just tie it and then I kind of glue the extras down. But I think I'm going to make the bow today as part of the journal. And now I'm going to go away and gather some blues and some browns to embellish. I might even print off some Alice images. I'm going to just glue that on the edge there. Just so it sits down and also it holds the bow. Holds the bow closed as well. Just a little bit of glue on top. This glue dries clear, so it'll just make sure the bow doesn't come undone and just give it that security. And we're back, and you will see I have printed off the front cover of my Alice travel journal and added a little tag, Journey into Wonderland. And for this journal I'm going to try and take you through Alice's journey through the story. Yeah, most of the images I've found have either come from magazines, or it's an old picture book, or I went online and just went onto Google and typed in vintage Alice in Wonderland downloads or printables and found a wonderful website called Instant Downloads. I've also got some old tickets from my ephemera packs. These are stickers, some washi tape, and the washi tape that I used in one of the other Alice challenges. Other stickers, some backing papers and bits and bobs, and I found these lovely signs as well that I'm cutting out and using. So all I did was, this one was a lovely image I found, and I think it just covers all of Alice in one image. So I thought that'd make a lovely front cover. It's just stuck on the back of some organza and then stuck in. And my first page, I've got a belly band that actually came out of a piece of Happy Mail from one of the fairies, and a journaling card, and just a Alice Down the Rabbit Hole, which I've actually made as a pocket onto a hidden paper clip, and I will add to that page as I go. I then had this lovely journaling paper from a paper pack. I think it just shows the little Alice looking through into the garden that she's so desperate to get into, using one of the signs. Going this way to Wonderland, added a bit of lace and a key. I will add probably a pocket to that page and add to that at a later date using some of the tape. And this is the page we're going to have a go at doing together. So I just got my watercolours out and just knocked the camera arm. Just used varying greens from my watercolours just to create like a grassy effect. And I've got this image that I have fussy cut out of the caterpillar that I'm going to have down. I'm going to have the tree on this page because Alice then grows really tall and the bird is afraid she's going to eat her eggs. I've got Who Are You? And I'm just going to do some billowing smoke coming out. And a little quote from Alice. I don't know, I keep growing and shrinking and it's all very confusing. And then I will just draw on some birds. I'm just going to stick this page down. I might have some tags. I might do this as a pocket, but I think it's a bit flimsy. So I'm just going to stick them down. So that's where we are with this page. So I've done a few bits. I'm just going to very carefully glue the fussy cut bit. I do have a habit of ripping fussy cuts when I glue them, so I was very careful there. Just going to line that up and stick it down. Stick it down. I'm going to get a little bit of thread to just put behind this text. It just gives it another element of textural layers. So using my Yoo-hoo, a little blob there, pop the thread down and then pop the Who Are You on. Holding it down for a minute, and then I have, while I was doing that, I've changed my mind. I think I am going to put a belly band on this page with the tree. So I'm just grabbing some things out of my brown stash drawer, and I'm going to use this to make a belly band. It's just some corrugated card out of some packaging, and I'm going to cut a strip. And I'm going to make a belly band on the edge of the page this time. So just a glue at the top. Glue at the bottom. I love this Yoo-hoo glue. It just really holds everything really well. And the fact they've now put it in little pourable bottles rather than the sticky tube is wonderful. So I'm going to have that there. Just putting a little bit of glue on there. And then I think I'm going to have Alice's words as a flap. So I'm going to fold it a little bit, folding it a little bit further, gluing out the bit that's going to flap open. And alluding to her growing and shrinking, I'm going to back this tree onto card and stick that there. And then I'm just going to draw, very simply, some birds coming out of the tree. Very simple birds. We've all drawn these as kids. Just flying across the page. Coming out of the tree. I have got a sticker of a bird's nest that I can stick on there as well. And I'm going to get that stuck down, and then you've got the belly band to be able to pop any other little bits and bobs that you come across. And I haven't done any more pages, and I'm going to finish this video here, and I will come to and fro. I'll come back to this as I feel able to. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, follow, subscribe, and all the other things that help grow my channel. Thank you.